Good morning, folks. It's the 16th of September, and this is the DAX Technical Analysis. And welcome back. It's been a couple of weeks since I've done my last video. In the meantime, it's been pretty busy here back in Dorset, so thank you for your patience. Alright, I'm at the end of a pretty horrible head cold, so if my voice sounds a little bit funny today, then that's the reason why. The trading disclaimer applies, so pay attention to that in the description below before we proceed. And this charting platform that you're looking at in front of you here is called Sierra Charts. It's a premium software that you can get yourself if you want it, and I've produced a series of tutorial videos to help you get everything set up for Sierra for when you make the decision to move over to them. Alright, so let's move on and have a look at this then. So as far as last week was concerned, we had a pretty bullish week, about 250-300 points worth of gain. We topped out on Friday at about 12,491. We started off with a low, I think that was on Tuesday, down here at approximately 12.3. It wasn't 12.3, it was about 12,170, somewhere in that zone. And the most interesting point to watch was the 12.3 zone that happened on Thursday when we had the ECB rate decision, and the decision was that they would cut rates by 10 basis points, not a lot, but a cut is a cut. That's important because they have shown a commitment to easy monetary policy, basically, which provide the perfect conditions for a bullish market. And what will likely happen next is that the US, because Donald Trump just is a whinging little child, will probably want to try and exert some influence over the Federal Reserve in order to cut rates as well, so they can, in inverted commas, remain competitive. But what a load of rubbish the guy speaks most of the time. So anyway, that is likely going to be providing the right conditions for bullish markets, so we'll continue to follow the trend and use the basic tools. So if you are already a Trader Development member, then you've got access to some of these tools. They will be added to over the course of the next few weeks and months as well. And of course, if you need more support and assistance with that, then just send me a message. But if we use our basic tools, our basic trend measurement tools, we'll just continue to show here that the trend is showing series of higher highs, higher lows, and until that behavior is broken, the trend is bullish. And it is really that simple. There's no point in overcomplicating things. Keep it simple, and you don't get yourself into as many difficult decisions as as you need to. So that's what we're looking at on the 60-minute chart. On the right hand side, you can see a composite volume profile, and the majority of the volume was down here. And at the moment, we're currently trading outside of that value area. But you know, if we go and look left on the chart, really, we're starting to put some challenge into our early summer highs, specifically this one here, which provided us with a quite significant rejection in July. So 12,600 to 12,650 is going to be an area of interest to watch for this week. If we manage to break or close, should I say, the gap from this morning, which I probably would expect to happen, then look for 491 to be broken. If that is, then you know the door is open towards a move to the 600 zone. Don't automatically expect for price to break through that immediately on the first attempt, because if it does get through it, it might take a couple of goes and then start to coil. It will look like it's failed and then go. That's one potential scenario. You could also see the fake move, which again could well trap you. You'll, for example, just see a burst through and think, okay, we're off to 600, 700, but it kind of collapses back to a lower level before, you know, moving higher. So there's a couple of different ways that that might play out, so just be cautious of that zone. And that all assumes, of course, that we're going to stay above 12.3. If we break below 12.3, then we might have to rethink a strategy for the day. But if we manage to hold, and that is the low for the day, I'd like to see the gap broken and then up towards 12.5. So yeah, we'll see. The weekly pivots are as follows. So you've got the R2 at 688, so that's going to be a pretty good target zone. You can see the R1 is already in that 569, that sort of first area where we've seen before from the previous chart, where price was beginning to reject higher prices. And you can see that gap just a little bit more clearly here. We're currently trading just above the weekly pivot. The weekly S1 is down at 252, and the weekly S2 is way down there, just above 12,000. Alright. Now these are actually the TPO charts, and I am unsure why we've got it all split up here. So I'm going to just see if I can get them back again. It's kind of throwing me a little bit. I wonder if I've changed my settings on this without meaning to. No. The right click seems to have stopped on my button as well. Yeah, there we go. That was much harder than it should have been. So I've only actually got a few days worth of TPO data on this chart. Excuse me, that was the head cold that I was talking about earlier. It seems to have just given me a little bit of a cough as well. So the TPO data, I've only got 4 days worth here. It shows you the profile for the last few days. So we've got an exposed point of control based on this data up here, around about 460, and we're currently trading in that value area of I believe that's Thursday. This would be Friday's profile and this would be Thursday. This information is not quite as useful as this one, which is the volume profile, and these are the levels that I'll be paying attention to. So in this case the point of control is 12,454 with the pivot just underneath at 12,447. So not only are we going to close the gap if we do, but that's not just necessarily going to be the turning point just because we closed a gap. However, it would make it more significant turning or holding there, finding some resistance there because of those two things, point of control and the pivot. And then if we get back inside the value area here, the value area high can provide some additional resistance at 12,487. So there are actually quite a few barriers that are going to slow down price action for a continued move to higher prices. That's pretty much all we really need to go through for, I think, today. We've had a look at a couple of different scenarios. We've had a look at the current levels to watch for this week. So now we'll just see how that plays out and just continue, for me, to use the strategy. Now, if you want to do that for yourself, then please do. Just get yourself over to the daxtrader.co.uk, click on the strategy tab here. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Make sure you do click it. I didn't. Click on the strategy tab, and then when that loads up, it will give you some information on how you can use the strategy, but more specifically how you can get access to the strategy itself on Sierra Charts. Now, downloading Sierra Charts and using Sierra Charts, you might think, well, I've already got CTrader, or I've already got NinjaTrader, or I've already got MetaTrader, or whatever. Maybe you're happy with your software, that's fine. But there's no harm in using more than one platform. Don't just be married to one. I use 3 or 4 different ones. Sierra is just my favorite. But the reason I'm recommending it so highly is because it is one of the most powerful platforms that you can get access to. In fact, so have a play with it, see what you think, get used to it, because a lot more brokers are going to be moving over to Sierra Charts over the next few years. So get used to it. And I've produced that series of tutorial videos. You can get access to those here. It just teaches you, well, lots of different things, how to use and download it, how to open it all up, and how to basically get all your settings set up so it looks more similar to the videos that I produce, and so you don't have to worry about learning the platform too heavily. We can pretty much just jump you straight in. And then how to get access to the strategy, how to use the strategy, and all of that sort of stuff. It's all explained in the video, so go and check those out. And if you need anything specifically answering, send me a message on Telegram. Alright, last thing, if you want to get hold of me, you can do so, and the links are at the top of the screen here. Although I may not actually have the Telegram one, so you can probably find that in here. So just, we'll need to probably find a way to add that. I thought it was already there. I apologise. But you can send me a message on Facebook, Twitter, and or an email, and I will put the link up to Telegram for you. I thought it was there already. Kind of is at the bottom of the screen here. Just go into Telegram and look for DAX Trader with my username. Right, guys, that is me done for today. I will try and get another 1 or 2 done for this week, but I hope you have a good trading week, and send me a message on Telegram if you need any more information. Have a good one. Take care. See you later.